Here's my official queen. The others are impostors. The grand halls of Dubai's royal palace shimmered in gold. Yet the heart of the crown prince felt heavier than ever. Cameras flashed, crowds cheered, and the world waited for one announcement. The name of the woman who would become his queen. Sheikh Hamdan stood tall at the balcony, his falcon resting on his gloved hand, its sharp eyes reflecting the same pride and mystery as its master. The desert wind brushed against his white kandura, whispering secrets only the dunes could understand. "Your Highness," said his trusted aide. "Omar, they're all waiting for your word. The media, the court, everyone wants to know who is the real one." Hamdan's eyes darkened. "They want a name," he said quietly. "But names mean nothing when hearts are full of lies." Rumors had swirled for months. Dozens of women claimed to be the chosen one, the mysterious lady he had once written about in his poems. The press called her the Desert Rose, the muse behind Fazza's verses. Every girl with a pretty face and an Emirati accent had tried to claim the throne of love. But Hamdan knew the truth. Only one woman had ever looked at him not as a prince, but as a man. Her name was Layla. She wasn't from royalty. She wasn't from fame. She was a photographer who had once captured his horse in the early dawn at Al-Marmoom. That morning, the light fell on her eyes like a blessing, and her laughter had echoed in his mind for months. She disappeared soon after. No phone, no contact, no trace. And in her absence, 100 impostors rose. Now, as he looked at the crowd below, Hamdan finally spoke into the microphone. "You have seen many faces, heard many claims, and read many stories," he began, his deep voice calm yet commanding. "But today I will end the rumors." The audience held their breath. "Here's my official queen," he said slowly, pausing before the final words. "The others are impostors." Gasps filled the air. Cameras clicked. But he didn't show her face, not yet. Because the truth was, he still hadn't found her. Layla, somewhere in the vast world, she was out there, unaware that a prince still searched for her. Every impostor who came forward only reminded him of the woman who never did. Later that night, in the silence of his private study, Hamdan sat by the window looking out at the moonlit desert. His phone buzzed, an unknown number. The message read, "You shouldn't have called them impostors, Sheikh. Some of them don't forgive easily." He frowned. "Who is this?" He typed back. No reply. Only another message followed. "If you really want your official queen, meet me where it all began, before sunrise." His pulse quickened. Al-Marmoom. He grabbed his falcon glove, his robe, and walked out without guards. For the first time in years, he didn't feel like a prince. He felt like a man chasing truth. As his car sped through the sleeping city toward the desert, the wind carried a whisper through the dunes. The desert was silent, except for the faint hum of the wind gliding over the dunes. Sheikh Hamdan stood frozen, his heart pounding as the sun began to rise behind the woman who had haunted his dreams. Layla. Her long hair danced with the breeze, her eyes still carrying the same fire, that quiet confidence, that unspoken truth. She lowered the camera from her face and whispered, "You came." Hamdan took a step forward. "You told me to," he said softly. "You vanished without a word, Layla. I searched the world for you." She smiled faintly. "You searched for a dream, Sheikh. Not for me. Her words struck deep. He looked at her, the same simplicity, the same grace. Then tell me, he said, his voice breaking the silence, why did you leave? Layla turned toward the horizon where the first light touched the sand. Because I didn't belong in your story, she said. You were born to rule. I was born to disappear. Hamdan frowned. You think I care about thrones? You care about truth, she interrupted, her eyes meeting his. And the truth is, if I had stayed, I would have destroyed your peace. He stepped closer, his tone lower now. Then destroy it. But don't lie to me. She hesitated, then reached into her bag and pulled out a small, worn envelope. Before you announced your official queen, someone came to me, she said. They said if I ever showed my face again, it would ruin your name and your family. Hamdan's jaw tightened. Who? I don't know. But they had your family's seal. A long silence fell between them. The falcon on his glove shifted restlessly, sensing his master's unease. So that's why you left? He asked bitterly. Because of fear? No, she said, her voice trembling now. Because of love. The wind carried her words like prayer. I loved you enough to vanish. Enough to let the world think the impostors were real. Because at least they kept you safe from the truth. Hamdan's gaze softened. You think my life is safer without you? You don't understand, Layla. Every day without you was a prison. She looked away, tears glinting in her lashes. Then why did you call them impostors? Why now? Because I'm done living in lies, he said. The poems, the rumors, the whispers, all of it was about you. I couldn't watch strangers use your name, your silence, your memory. Layla shook her head. You shouldn't have said it. They'll come for you now. I've faced enemies before, he replied calmly. But this time I'm not alone. For a long moment, neither spoke. The desert shimmered in gold around them, like the world was holding its breath. Then she handed him the envelope. If you open this, she warned, everything will change. He looked at her. Everything already has. Slowly, he opened it. Inside was a photo taken years ago. It showed a royal meeting, his father, and a foreign delegation. And in the corner, half hidden, was Layla, with a woman who looked identical to her. Who is she? Hamdan whispered. Layla's lips trembled.